We will get started. So, welcome everyone. My name is Lotem, for those of you just coming in, and I'll be guiding today's yoga session. We'll be doing some gentle yoga, and as always, you can modify as needed. And it's Mental Health Awareness Month, so I just wanted to thank Harvey Nash USA for sponsoring this session. And we will get started on our backs. So go ahead and lie down. You might place a cushion under your head if you like that extra support. And we'll start in constructive rest pose. So bringing the knees knocking in, the feet about as wide as the mat, a little wider than hip width. This is really nice to spread the low back area. And you can either rest your arms by your side or place a hand on the belly, hand on the chest. And just allowing yourself to drop down from any heightened activities of the day. Let's collectively breathe in through the nose, fill your belly, fill your ribs, fill your chest. Hold the breath at the top. See if you can sip in a little more at the top. And open your lips and a slow exhale like a tire deflating. Again, inhale through your nose, fill up your low belly, your rib cage, your chest, all the way up. Feel the fullness of the inflation all the way at the top. Sip in an extra sip if that's available. And open your lips and empty. Again, inhale, gathering yourself, collecting all the fragmented pieces of the day, bringing it to this moment through your breath, through this flow of oxygen in, hold at the top, sustain and hold, drink up any more amount that's available, getting even fuller. And open the lips and empty. And now I'll invite you to close your lips and breathe in and out through the nostrils, finding a calming yogic breath for the nervous system. Smooth the breath in through the nose and out through the nose, as long as you're not too congested or having allergies. Of course, you can always release or breathe out of the mouth if that feels more comfortable for you right now. Otherwise, finding that long, nourishing nostril breath, drawing you even closer into the moment, signaling the nervous system that it is safe to go out of any sense of fight, flight, or freeze into a state of rest and digest, little by little unwinding from any busyness, any stress of the day, using the breath as a way to unstick the knotted areas, to smooth the edges out, to settle the nerves. And see if with every breath that your breath can get longer. The inhale gets longer, the exhale gets longer. So there's this quality of slowing down out of any rushing state. So just like we warm up our muscles in a workout, we're warming up our breath. We're not often throughout our day breathing in this way. Often throughout the day, we're in automatic. Our breath tends to be shorter. So right now we're including these longer breaths, lengthening the breath, and slowing down the nervous system. Good. And then begin to interlace your fingers around your knuckles and flip your hands up towards the sky. Reach your arms back behind you any amount while you can continue to hug your upper arm bones in towards one another. Drop the inner shoulders away from the ears. If your low back is tender, you can always stay in this constructive rest pose. Otherwise, begin to straighten your legs out in front of you. Flex through the feet and squeeze the legs together. As you breathe, getting longer and longer with every inhale, softening one layer with every exhale. Then change the interlace, so the other hand, other thumb will go on top, fingers around the knuckles, and again, flip your hands back behind you. And this time, point your toes, stretching through the tops of the feet and the shin bones, getting really, really long. Notice if the front ribs are poking up to the sky, and gently soften them down and in. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze with your hands around your knees. Rock from side to side, massaging your low back. Circle your knees one direction. Circle them the other direction. Really nice massage for the joints. You're oiling up your joints just like you would oil up your car. Getting all that synovial fluid moving around. Really nice for the low back as well. And then draw the legs together and apart a couple times. So each hand separately on each knee. Circling the legs apart and together, and then go the other way, apart and together, towards you or away from you, whatever you didn't do first. Good. The next time the knees draw apart from one another, just let them hang, your hands catching from the inner knees to the base of the frontal kneecaps. And it's almost as though your legs were going to plop to the ground if your hands were to release. So the hands are really doing the main support here. And you're just allowing the legs to be nice and heavy. Just feeling into any sensation from the inner groin to the inner knee, breathing right into the areas of tension. Circle your ankles, might get some cracks like I just did. Circle them the other way. Good. And then bring the knees in, hip width apart. Release your feet to the ground and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. You can use your right hand to press the right thigh away from you while keeping the left hip heavy on the ground. Some of you, this might be enough and plenty for you today. Some of you might begin to draw your left knee in towards your chest. You could go hands free here, or you might reach around the left thigh or the left shin bone, whichever is available for you, so that you could still keep your shoulders relaxed to the ground and the hips on the ground. Flex through the feet and draw the right thigh bone away from you. And you're welcome to create some circles here as well to continue to loosen up the joints, going one way and going the other way. And then straighten the left leg up as you push through the heel and the ball of the foot. You plug the back of the left hip to the ground, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more breath in and a breath out. Good. Gently release. Release your feet as wide as the mat. And knees are bent, and this time windshield wiper your knees from right to left. So you're rolling to the inside and the outsides of the feet. You can rest your arms by your side or on your belly. And this is another way that we can massage any constriction in the low back and the pelvis area in between the holding of the deeper stretches. Good. And then meeting back in constructive rest the way we began, knees knocking in, feet wide. Just take a moment to reset and center here. You might sense a difference between the two sides of your body. One side perhaps feeling a little softer, a little more heavy. Just checking all is well here. Okay, great. Good. And then heel toe your feet back, hip width apart with your knees over your ankles, and cross your left ankle over the right thigh. Resist the left thigh away from you with your left hand while keeping your right hip on the ground. Flex through the left foot so the toes are drawing towards the left knee, and breathe. And again, this might be enough and plenty for you. You're welcome to stay here, or you're welcome to draw the right knee towards you, going hands free, or thread your needle with your hands around your right thigh or right shin. See if you can continue to drop the shoulders, drop the hips, soften the jaw that often clenches, especially when we get into hip openers as our hips are connected to our jaw. So see if your facial muscles can soften, eyes, lips, teeth, gums, allowing the breath to continue to create space where there might be some tangles, some knots, and constrictions. Something releasing with every exhale. Good. Create some circles for the last few moments here with the legs. Shift side to side. And then straighten the right leg up towards the sky. And don't worry if the leg doesn't fully straighten. Just go to the degree that is available. You're working it towards straight, yet there still might be a bend in the right knee, depending on the hamstrings today. And then pushing up the right heel, the ball of the right foot, plug the back of your right hip to the ground, and check out those little areas of the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes that sneak up on us at any moment. They can re-soften, they can re-release. Eyebrows unfurrowing, forehead lines spreading, all those thinking lines softening, melting. A deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in and out. One more in and out. Good. And then release. Step your feet as wide as the mat. Reach your arms out on your sides and wiggle the legs from side to side. Windshield wipering it out. Good. And then come into a full body stretch. So slide your legs out in front of you and reach your arms behind you. And circle your ankles. Circle your wrists. Just really taking up space here. And then you're going to keep your legs straight in front of you and slide them to the left side of the mat. So think about a banana or a crescent moon shape here. And cross your left ankle over your right ankle and pull your right wrist with your left hand, lifting your upper body and then releasing it to the left. So your legs and your upper body are to the left. Your hips are to the right? So that's that little half circle, new moon-like shape. And then can you release the right hip and the right shoulder down? You're also welcome to lean the head over to the left to get any amount into the right side of the neck. Really taking up space here, lengthening out after we did some hip flexion and compression, just allowing these areas to spread. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Slide yourself back to center. Release the cross of the legs and slide the legs over to the right. Cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Catch your left wrist with your right hand. Reach back and lean over to the right. And then release your upper body back down. Let your left hip and your left shoulder stay heavy. And feeling the sensation, the lengthening from the left heel to the left pinky finger. And every inhale, the softening from the pinky finger to the left pinky toe with every exhale. Really good to get into the side body length. It helps to open up the side of our lung, diaphragm, rib cage area, which increases the capacity to let oxygen and flow into the body, untangling the constrictions and stagnation that can happen, especially driving, working at the desk, being on our phones, all those activities. This is decompressing, creating more length in the spine and the vertebrae, more space for breath, therefore, more capacity to relax the nervous system when we have more space to let in oxygen into our brain, our body, heart. Good. And then slide yourself back to center, step your feet down, lift your hips just to reset them and lower them down, and then hug the knees in towards the chest again for some rocks side to side. And then bring the soles of the feet together above the hips, the knees apart. So you're in this butterfly with your feet over your pelvis. And you might reach for the knees, you might catch the ankles or even the feet. You can use your elbows to press the thighs out to the sides. Again, re-soften the shoulders, soften the hips. Might feel nice to rock side to side, massaging the kidneys and the adrenals, the areas that hold stress there. Good. And then draw the knees together and lift your head to your knees and get really tight into this ball shape, lifting the tailbone. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, but lift the upper back and the shoulder blades off the ground. Reach for wherever you can on the shins or maybe the feet into this cannonball shape. And inhale. Hold the breath. Get really tight now. Squeeze everything. Squeeze your jaw, squeeze your shoulders, squeeze your lips, your eyes. Get really tight, 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 tight. And release. Come back into a full body stretch. Good. And now bend your knees. Bring your feet to the ground. And you're going to scooch your hips over to the right. And then release your knees over to the left. Bring your left hand on the outside of the right thigh and reach your right arm out to the right, straight out in a half T position, or you can bend the right elbow in a 90-degree for a cactus shape. Try to keep your right shoulder glued to the ground. And unwinding through the twist. Twists are a great way to unwind, to release tension in the spine, to massage the organs, allowing for toxins to release, and any other clutter that we hold, right, emotionally, mentally, energetically. Twists are a really nice way to rinse things out. So you can visualize that you're finding more space from your tailbone to the crown of the head with every inhale, and that you're allowing something to dissolve, to release from your chest out the right fingertips on the exhale. 2 more breaths. And then reach the arms back out. Lift the knees up, release the feet down. Scoot your hips to the left a couple inches to get longer in the spine, and the knees will fall to the right in line with the pelvis. Bring the right hand on the outside of the left thigh for some extra weightedness as you turn your gaze over the left arm, which can be reaching straight to the left, or you can have that cactus arm. But you want to make sure that your shoulder, your hand are glued to the ground, and that can be your gauge as to whether your arm is straight or in that 90-degree. And don't worry if the knees aren't fully touching the ground or each other. There might be some space to get that left shoulder pinned down. And again, breathing up the length of the spine on the inhale and decompressing on the exhale. 3 more breaths. And 2 more breaths. Then now keep your knees over to the right side this time. You're going to roll all the way to your right side. bringing your right arm as a pillow underneath your cheek and just curling into a fetal position here. Just allowing your spine to round and release. Your knees are in line with your pelvis. And you're just allowing yourself to be nurtured by this cocoon. You can press the ground away with your left hand and then your right hand, crawling yourself up. Try to keep your head heavy so you're rolling yourself up one vertebrae at a time. I'll face you. We're going to sit into a cross-legged position, and I recommend a cushion to sit on as high or low as you'd like. We want the hips to be in line with the knees. If the knees are lifting above the hips, then sit a little higher. It just helps to relieve the pressure of the hip flexors and the spine. And if your knees are tender, you're welcome to bring blocks or cushions under the knees. Bring your hands to your knees and begin to cat-cow. So you're going to open your chest, widen the collarbones as you inhale, and round the back as you exhale, drawing the chin back towards the chest. Inhale, reaching the chest open through the shoulders. And exhale, round your back, allowing the whole back body to spread. Inhale, spreading the front of your body into this back bend shape, shoulders hug back. And exhale, your shoulder blades now widen like wings on your upper back. And more like that. Good, and then sit tall, hook your thumbs around one another, almost like you're gonna pull them apart, spreading the pinky fingers wide, and reach your arms up alongside your ears, or maybe a little bit forward if the shoulders are tender. You can bring them as much forward as you like. Lifting up through your spine as you inhale and lean to the left as you exhale. And then lift up and lean to the right, and just keep going like that. Up and over, up and over. Good, and then you'll circle one way, circling your whole upper torso. And then circle the other way. Yeah, really deconstricting the upper back, that thoracic spine. It's so held in there. Good, and then hook your other thumb on top and widen the pinky fingers, reach up, and again, leaning side to side a couple times with your breath. And then circle one way, and circle the other way. Good, and then reach up, hands face one another, upper arm bones wrap in. And then release your left hand to your right knee, right hand behind you, gather your spine tall, and twist with every exhale. And then face forward, reach up. And twist to your left. Right hand to the left knee, left hand behind. Face back forward, switch the cross of your legs. You can always give the legs a little shake. And that second side is usually the less dominant side, maybe even a little awkward. That's okay. We're balancing things out here. So then circle yourself one way. The head and the neck can follow. And circle yourself the other way. Really nice way to unwind the back. Good, and then come back to center, reach up, inhale, twist to the left first this time, finding length, and then twisting with your exhalation. Good, lift up, inhale, reach up, and twist to the right. And then lift up, reach your arms up, and cactus your arms, open your chest, wiggle the waist out of the pelvis, and then upper back lean, soften the head and the neck here. Good, and release. So I just wanted to come up to get a little fluid movement in, but we'll come back down now. We're pretty much at our final rest point. So this is where I'd offer some cushions under the knees, really lovely, as you're lying on your back. Cushion under the head, maybe blanket over your body. If you have an eye pillow or something over your eyes, that's extra luxurious. If not, that's okay. I'll just be sitting, but you're welcome to lie down now. If there's a last little wiggle or stretch you'd like to do before settling into stillness, go ahead and do that. And you do want to be comfortable. So if something's not feeling comfortable, rearrange yourself. Again, grab that extra cushion under the head, under the knees, if you have it, of course. Otherwise, constructive rest pose, the way we began, is really nice one to get the low back spread, right? So knees bent, knocking in, feet as wide as the mat. And then settling into whichever shape you've landed in, allowing your body to drop heavy, allowing yourself to release from the effort of the stretches, allowing all the muscles to release around the bones. No need to engage anything at this point. And just notice the natural rise and fall of your belly, not even needing to engage the breath or deepen the breath at this point. Just allow it. Already created space in your body. You've already warmed up the breath. Now you can just let it be free. Watch how it naturally rises and falls, goes in and goes out, moves into your clothing, spreading the creases wider, moves away from the clothing. Just noticing. Feel that with every exhale, there's further permission to release. With every inhale, there's an opportunity to let in new oxygen, new life, nourishment through the breath. Every inhale, capacity to start again, to meet yourself where you are. Every exhale, permission to let go. Allow all your facial muscles to untangle, to widen and melt. Allow your muscles to melt around the bones. Connective tissue spreads out. Whole body rests and resets. A few more moments, just allowing yourself to be in this rest, in this stillness. Those of you that have the luxury of time to stay longer in a rest or meditation, I invite you to stay as long as you wish. And those of you that are ready to transition, you can wiggle your fingers, your toes, reach your arms back, your legs forward. Give a last hug in of your knees towards your chest before you roll to your side to fetal position and rise to a seat. Take your time, and again, if you choose to stay on your back, great. And just a moment to close in a seat or on your back. You can bring the hands together in front of your chest. Just taking the time to honor yourself for taking time out of your day to have some peace, to reconnect with that deeper part of you, the calm under the chaos that you can now bring into the rest of your day. Find length of your chest up as you inhale and relax your head down as you exhale. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Namaste.